Hello, I'm going to make an adjustment here. There, now you can see my mat. And you can see me standing up. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Respect Yoga class. So while we're doing our Respect Yoga class, let's respect what our bodies can or cannot do. So, I need to take my socks off. We're going to start in a standing position today. It's a beautiful fall day out. So I think after this, I may have to go out and do a little walkabout. So let's just stand in Tadasana. Oh, thanks for watching and participating in class today. And always remember, if any pose doesn't feel comfortable for your body, respect that and back off. Or just try to do another pose that you have done in the past or during this class that you know feels okay, that's similar to what we're doing. And I try to give a lot of instructions on different ways to do a pose too. So hopefully we'll have it covered. I'm just going to start by kind of walking our feet up and down. You can see I'm just lifting one heel up, one heel down, kind of like we do in down dog. Just oiling my joints. And let's do our arms around and then reverse. I'm having a lot of clicking here. Oh, that feels good. Shoulders up and down, up and down. And remember, in every exercise that we do, we are pulling in our Uddiyana bandhas, which is our stomach muscle, or gut, or whatever you want to call it. My French friend likes to say, suck in your gut. I like to say, pull on your Uddiyana bandha, because I just like to say that word Uddiyana. It sounds happy and fun. And bandha just means muscle. The Uddiyana, I guess, probably means stomach. So let's shrug up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Oh, yeah, that feels good. Just head side to side. I'm just tipping my ear to my shoulder. Remember, don't overdo it. Feels very nice. Ooh, let's take a nice deep breath in. Bend your knees generously as you come up. Oh, you can't see my arms. My arms are up in the air. And exhale down. I may come over and try to take this back a little further so you can see my arms in case I do something fancy with them. Yeah, it's a little better. Let me raise this up now. Sorry, I can't adjust this until I turn it on and it goes live. So I apologize that I have to make so many. Oh, yeah, that's better. I should put tape down, but then it'd be on my carpet and I couldn't vacuum. So let's do our inhales up. Inhale. And I'm going to grab my left hand is grabbing my right, and I'm just going to pull it over to the left. Exhale up. And let go and bring that down. One more. Inhale up. This time I'm going to grab my right hand around my left. And as I exhale, I'm going to pull that over to the right. Oh, this feels so nice. I've been busy this morning, but I haven't done my stretches really. On your next exhale, bring the arms down to the side. Woo. And now we're going to do a twist to the right. So I'm going to have my arms up this way. My hips are going to stay facing forward. I'm just going to twist from the waist. We're going to make tiny waist. Tiny waist. Here we go. Inhale. Twist to the right. Hips are forward. Uddiyana Bandha. Pulled in. Suck it up. Pull on those tight 70s jeans that have no stretch. I don't know how we wore those. And on your next exhale, return to center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to the left. Of course, if you're younger, you probably didn't know about the tight jeans. When they first came out with spandex, we just, oh man, it was such a great product in the jeans. On your next exhale, return to center. Arms down. We'll do one more on each side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to the right. And let your hip fall. I was trying to make sure that I keeping my hips forward. Sometimes you feel like you are, but if you look in the mirror, you're not. On your next exhale, return to center, arms down. This is a great twist for this back part between the shoulder blades and where your low back or your waistline is. It's kind of hard to stretch that little area out. Mine gets really tight. I don't know why. Okay, we're going to inhale the arms up. Uddiyana Bandha's in. Exhale to the left. And just breathe normally. We're just holding this twist. Oh, I look really crooked there. I'm glad I looked. On your next exhale, return to center. Kind of ragdoll it. Rolling my back, stretching all that out. And have your strap handy. I should have put on there, oh, I didn't announce what all we needed. We need a strap, a chair or a wall or a couch or whatever you're standing next to. And blanket, blocks, bolster, eye mask for Shavasana. Pretty much just bring all those to class because sometimes I forget to put down something and then I'll decide we're going to do something with it. So before we use our strap, I'm just getting it ready and handy. So you want to have a little loop. So you're going to do hand to big toe and your foot will just fit in the loop and for hand to big toe. But that's coming up later. We're going to stretch out a little bit more. I'm just going to place that in my chair here, which maybe all that talking gave you enough time to grab your strap or your chair if you needed it. We're going to inhale the right leg up, just warming up the legs for hand to big toe. And I'm still working on regaining my previous balance. And then we're going to swing the knees around in a circle. 2, 3, 4. Hold in that Uddiyana Bandha and reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And place that leg down. Inhale the left foot up. And circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And reverse. 1. Whoa! I should put my finger on the chair. 2, 3, 4, 5. If you finish before me, that's fine. See, sometimes the students, they got it, and the teacher has to listen to her own advice and use the chair as needed. Let's come up on our toes and back down. We're just rocking up and down, up and down, up and down, warming up those ankles, the toes. I think we're going to do about 5 more. I was going to count and do 10, 4, 3, Hold it up this time. Really crunching your toes like you're digging into the mat and slowly come down. The last one, the same thing. Really hold it up as high as you can. If you're pressing those toes into the mat, it kind of helps with your balance. And slowly come down. Shake it out. Now, do one more to open up our hip flexor for our hand to big toe pose, because we want to be ready for it. So we're going to inhale the right knee up and take it out to the side and back down. Let's do that 8 times. 2, 3, hold in the stomach muscle. 4, and if you can, let go. 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know if y'all can hear, but my hip flexor just made a little pop noise. Inhale the left knee up and take it out to the side. 1. Uddiyana Bandha sucked in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And place that down. I think we'll do one more. A little donkey kick. We're not going to overdo it because we may do another one as we get down on the mat too. We're going to bring the knee up towards your chest and just gently send it straight back. 1, 2, 3. Don't overextend it. 4 and 5. Place that leg down. We're going to go to the left. I'll stand forward this time. Up and back. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, now we're going to get ready for hand to big toe, which is all of these that we're doing right here. They're warming up, but they're also strengthening, especially if we're on one leg or raising up on our toes. That's strengthening. And so for hand to big toe, we're going to place that loop that we made, and then I'm going to loop my hand around, and I'm going to bring this leg up. I'll turn this way so you can see better. Bring it up to a 90-degree and then straight out. I got to hold this different. I'm going to have to get down here closer. Now, this may be your hand to big toe, and that is fine. Just try not to where you're actually controlling the leg by pulling with this. All the strap is for is to help you to maintain it. I could actually let go and I should be in the same position. In other words, don't be pulling your strap to get your leg in the position that you want. So this could be your hand to big toe, and yours may be up higher than mine. My left side would be a little bit better, but this is a good one for me. Make sure that you're not dipping down into that low back. Your back is nice and straight, and we're just holding it here for another 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and gently lower that down. Now we'll go to the other side, the left side. So you're going to be holding it with your left hand. And we'll bring my knee up. Make sure that I have good posture. Don't dip. See how if I do that, I'm dipping, and I can get it really out if I'm dipping, but that is not lengthening or strengthening the hamstring or the back. So stand up nice and straight. Do your best hand to big toe here. here. And like I said, my left side is better. I could let go of that. This just gives it a little bit more support. So don't have it up to your head because you're pulling it up there. That's too much of a stretch unless you're super flexible. Oh, I need to straighten my back. So when I straighten my back, my leg comes down a little bit too. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it come down gently. Let's do one more hand and big toe on each side. And even there's so much to think about. Back straight. You don't lock the standing leg out. Have a little bit of a bend in the knee. Don't be using the strap to maintain your pose. Use the strap to stabilize. So I've got my knee up and I'm going to raise it up. And you can see I can let go. And we're in the same position. It just makes it a little bit nicer to have a light pull on the strap. And that actually made my whole back adjust doing this. Last 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And bring that down. Did anyone feel it right here through the top of the thigh? I really felt it there. Last one on the left side. I'll put my foot into the loop. And make sure that you have the loop around the meaty part of your foot, not across your arch, for your arch protection. And see how the left leg is bent slightly, standing up nice and straight. In other words, don't lock that leg out. Nice and straight up and up. Oh, I have my other arm off of the holder too, the chair. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go of the strap. Bring that down slowly and shake it out. You should have felt a nice pull for your hamstrings. A little bit on the inner thigh and especially the top of the thigh of the leg coming out. You can put your strap up. And I'm going to put my chair here. I'm going to do a nice forward fold. When we forward fold, we have our backs nice and straight, and we are bending from the hip crease. That is where your panty line meets your leg. So you can put your fingers right there. If you remember, that's where you bend from, and that keeps your back straight. So in forward fold, our feet are hip width apart. And remember, when you're forward folding, if this is where you go to keep your back straight, and you'll notice my knees are slightly bent, then that's where you stop on your forward fold. You can get a couple of blocks to bring the floor up, because this is a pretty good forward fold here for me, since I've had some injury. So I'm just going to go down to right here for today. Since at the end of the day, I can come down further, but we're in the middle of the day and haven't quite got there yet. Haven't done enough bending over. So we're going to inhale, bend the knees generously. Exhale over. And remember, back straight. So my back is straight. Now in down dog, because we're down on the floor, our head comes and swings down through our arms, but in forward fold, our head stays lined up with the spine. And you see how my legs are nice and straight instead of pushing them back like this, because I can go further down that way. But this is to get the 100% out of the forward fold stretch. You want your legs straight, not curving back. I've done that for so many years. I have to always really be mindful of that because that's not the correct way. Pull in those Uddiyana bandhas. I just found mine sagging. It's easy to sag in this pose. Let's take in about 3 more breaths here. We're just letting the stretch settle in. You should feel a good stretch through the hamstrings. On your next exhale, bend the knees. Come up what they say halfway. It could be on your shins or on your thighs. And then bend the knees. Exhale all the way up. Hands pointing up. And your head is tilting slightly back. Again, my back is straight. My legs are still in line with my hip bones. And I am just gazing where the ceiling and the wall meet. This is also sun salutation. It's usually done a lot faster, but we're moving slow mode today. And on your next exhale, release down into another forward fold. This is a good way to wake up in the morning, stretching everything. Inhale, hands to legs. Uddiyana bandhas in. Inhale and exhale, bend the knees. Coming up. Gazing where the ceiling and the wall meet. Slight back bend. A little bit of a stretching of the back. We're warming the back up through this. And exhale down. That felt really good. You might just do one more a little faster, like a regular sun salutation. So inhale up, exhale over, and I'm getting a little bit more stretch, so I can come down to this position. Yep, I still have my legs straight. Inhale halfway up. On your next exhale, bend your knees, come all the way up. And exhale down. That should feel very, very nice. I'm going to move my blocks out of the way. And our next pose, oh, I should have guessed it, is going to be down dog, because that's just a natural position to get into after we've stretched our hamstrings, stretched our back out. Now we're going to work our arms a little bit, because I put in there, we're strengthening the arms and lengthening all of the parts of the body, stretching and lengthening. You want to do both. So we're going to inhale up and exhale over. Bend your knees generously. Walk your hands forward and then straighten your legs. If you look at a dog, I'm going to scooch my legs back a little further. Dogs on their hind legs, they're pretty bent. So you can have your legs bent like a hind legs of a dog. We're going to walk that dog out. I got to walk the dog later. And you see my head is between my arms, so it's still in line with my spine. And now just bring that to stillness and try to push the tailbone to the ceiling. When you do that, you should feel a little bit more stretch through the hamstrings. And then come back. I'm going to roll my legs back a little. You can bring your heels down or you can stay up, and we're going to roll over into plank. If you have your legs in the right position, you should roll right into a plank. I was a little bit off. Pulling in those stomach muscles, pressing your fingertips into the mat. It's very important. Keeps the pressure off of your wrist. Inhale up into that down dog again, bringing the right knee up to the chest and pushing the foot up to the flexed, so it is like you're walking on the ceiling. And we're going to pulse 2, 3, 4, pull in the Uddiyana Bandhas, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rotate the leg around in a nice big circle. 2, 3, 4, 5, and reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring the right knee up in between the hands into pigeon pose. If you cannot come all the way down into pigeon pose, you can, I'm going to show you a variation. Everyone else just stay in pigeon pose. If you want to bring your forehead down to the mat or onto your bolster or a block, you can do that. I'll turn this way so you can see. If you can't get into pigeon pose, you can put a block underneath you like this and stay up. So there's some options. And if you still need a higher rise, you can sit on a bolster. You can come down to your forearms or stay all the way up. Stretch out all the way. Everyone else, come up. You raise yourself up with your arms. Take your legs back. Or you're into a tabletop. Raise up. And we're going to repeat on the left side. I can remember what I did. Let's see. We're going to inhale the left leg up so that it is, the foot is like it's going to walk on the wall. We're going to pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now we're going to circle the whole leg with the knee bent. 2, 3, 4, 5, and reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale the knee up between the hands. Right leg is straight back, foot flat on the floor, and stay in your best pigeon pose on the block, on the bolster, standing up straight. Forearms are stretched all the way out. I really like pigeon pose. It's one of the best poses. If you have sciatica or low back issues, this can really give you a lot of relief. You can even do it in the chair, which I'll show you when I come up. We're going to stay here about, let's see, 25 more seconds. Just hang out. I think we probably did 30 seconds on the other side because I did a lot of talking. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Curl the toes on the right foot. Bringing your arms up to upright. So I'm arching up. Lifting. Bringing my right knee to meet my left into tabletop. I'm going to sit back into a child's pose. So we get some of the pressure off of our wrist. And if you want to stay a little bit upright in child's pose, I'm going to take my knees a little further out to the side. And I'm going to stay up and I'm going to rotate my wrist around in a circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just lay out into child's pose, nice and comfy. Feels so good. I'm going to inhale, swing my right arm to the right as I exhale. Left hand follows into a side child's pose. Inhale, exhale back to center. Melt back down into the mat. Inhale, exhale the left arm to the left. Right hand follows. Laying the head down onto the mat or your arm. Mine's on my arm. It feels really good. On your next exhale, come back to center. Inhale up into tabletop. That feels very good. I'm We're going to do a C curve. So we're going to look to the right. Our hips are swinging to the right, and we're going to try like we're trying to look to see our hips, which probably will not because the shoulders and the air and the way. Exhale to center. Inhale, exhale to the left. Hips swinging to the left and a C curve. Exhale, center. Inhale, exhale to the right. Nice gentle stretch. Inhale, center. And then exhale. Inhale, exhale left. On your next exhale, come back to center. Inhale. Last time, exhale right. And just breathe normally. On your next exhale, come back to center. I have all kinds of things making adjustments. Inhale and exhale to the left. On your next exhale, return to center. I must have really jammed up some things in my sleep last night with all the adjustments that's going on. Come up and sit in hero's pose, and you can use a bolster to sit on if it is not comfortable for you. Can't grab it. There we go. Okay, it's not cooperating. The handles need to be in a different position. Well, shoot. There we go. I can't get it up. This may be your hero's pose with your toes curled under or your feet flat. And this is fine too. Or you may have hero's pose sitting on a block. These blocks are not very comfortable. No, that's not too bad. Or you can do hero's pose with your bolster, straddling your bolster and just sitting this way. I think I'm going to sit this way today. This feels really good. Or you can sit on a block, straddling a block with your legs out, which would not be as comfortable. I have got so many bites on me, and I don't know where I was at that I got them. Oh, itchy. Okay, we're in hero's pose. Just take a nice breath in, inhale, and let it out with a nice ah. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale. Ah. When I'm going that's my exhale. So exhale when you hear me do that with your Inhale. That's a little mini break there. While I itch, I'm not supposed to itch. While I itch my bites. They're on my ankles. They're on the back of my hamstrings. And on my calf muscle. I know. Mysterious. Maybe the storm blew them in. Let's go back into our tabletop. And now we're going to do a floating table. And you can have your toes curled, or if they're comfortable, you can keep your feet flat. We're going to inhale. Exhale as we push our knees up and pull our stomach in. Let's hold it for 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and come down. And go back into your hero's pose. We're going to do one more floating table. I got distracted with maybe they're chiggers, I don't know. Inhale. Over into exhale, into tabletop again. Press your fingertips into the mat. Inhale. This time I'm going to try it with my toes curled. And exhale the knees up. I think that's better. And 10 seconds. And 3, 2, 1. And you can either go into child's pose or hero's pose again. I'm going to go into child's pose. Spreading my legs out wide. Exhaling as I come down. This is a great one for your low back and for stress. On your next inhale, bring the hands up, the knees together. We're going to stretch out, and we're going to come down into Sphinx pose. So we're laying on our tummies. My hands are pointing straight forward. My elbows are under my shoulders. I'm pressing my pubic bone into the mat, into Sphinx pose. Let's hold this for 30 seconds. Don't get too much curve into the low back, because this is supposed to be helping the low back for strength, but don't overdo it. You don't want to overstretch it either. It's just a little bit of a bend. And you're just breathing normally here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's bring our hands in front of us as we lower our head down into crocodile pose. And the forehead is resting on top of one of your hands. Your hands are on the mat, like on top of each other, one on top of the other. Right now, my left hand is on top. And let's just stay down here for 15 seconds. I'll have to look at the clock, so I can't really do the pose. Do it and look. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale the head up. Arms back into Sphinx pose for another 30 seconds. Make sure that you're really pressing that pubic bone into the mat. So that should tighten your glutes, which then should tighten up the low back so that you are building strength in those muscles. I'm just looking straight ahead, really pressing and pressing. The top of my feet kind of come up off of the mat. So let's press that way. That way you're using a lot of your glute strength. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax the legs down. Now I'm going to have my right hand on top of my left, and whichever one you had on top, do the opposite and come down to your forehead on the hands for 15 seconds. Oh, well, that didn't feel like 15 seconds, but it is. So inhale up, and we're going to do a cobra pose for the next one. So for cobra pose, we're going to take our hands down to where our elbows were. So they're right at your breastbone. You're going to inhale and press the pubic bone into the mat and press up gently. If you take your hands off and your back goes down too much, then you have pressed your back up too far. And we'll do 15 seconds. In other words, the hands are just here to lightly support, not to be pressing your back up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back down into crocodile pose. I have my left hand on top. On your next exhale, bring the hands back into cobra position. Press the pubic bone down, press the top of the feet down, and raise up. 15 seconds. Really tighten those glutes. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. My right hand is coming back on top of the left into crocodile pose for 15 seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands up so that you can, oh, we're going to do locust pose. I just read my thing there. So we're going to stretch our arms out like Superman. And we're going to take the right arm and the left leg and stretch it to opposite walls. So here we go. The head is just at a nice, don't raise it up too high. Try to keep it in line with your back. Inhale. Exhale, right arm and left leg. Really stretch, stretch, stretch. This is a great one to put the whole spine in alignment. And exhale that down. Inhale up. And stretch, stretch, stretch. Really keep stretching. And exhale down. You're going to repeat that 2 more times on each side. Inhale up, right arm and left leg, and stretch. Really keep it strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that down. Inhale, left arm, right leg, and stretch. Really stretch it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower that down. Last time for, I said locust. We're actually doing bird dog. Inhale up. Exhale, right arm and left leg up, and stretch, stretch, stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower that down. Inhale, left arm, right leg up. This is our last one. Stretch, stretch. Oh, really stretch it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower that down. And then we're going to inhale and bring our arms out around us to the back. We're going to place our hands on our lower back. Our head is just slightly lifted up off of the mat so that we can gaze at the top of the mat. And we're going to inhale. We're going to exhale and raise our back up and our feet up into locust. 10 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower that down. One more locust. That was next after bird dog, and I said it opposite, so I apologize for that. Inhale, up into locust. Really stretching your legs out straight. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax down. Now, we're going to use our arms, whatever way works best for you, to roll over onto your back. I'm going to have to turn this way so I can look at the clock. And we're going to do some nice counterbalances for for the locust, crocodile pose, not crocodile pose, cobra, and Sphinx pose. Anytime, and also when we did our forward fold, anytime that you do a back bend, it's good to do a nice C curve for the back to realign it. So we're going to bring our arms overhead. We're going to bring our feet up so they're on the mat. We're going to lift our stuff up about 1 inch and then just lower the low back down, lower the legs. And we're going to, did I say go to the right? So go to the right. I hope I said go to the right. We're going to bring the left leg to the left and the right leg follows, and cross it over if you can. And we're going to get the torso curving to the left into a nice C curve, our banana asana. Should feel really good. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Unhitch the legs, bring them back to center, bring your torso to center, bring your legs up into restorative rest pose, lift the hips up and center. Bring the arms down. We're going to bring the knees up to the chest, just Hold it behind the thigh and give it a gentle roll. Should feel very nice there. And then lower the arms down, the feet down. The arms are going to come overhead. We're going to lift the hips up about an inch and rotate or push them over to the left, just about an inch and a half, not too far. Lower the legs. Bring the right leg to the right, left leg follows, and then the torso to the right with the hands overhead. Should feel a nice, gentle stretch. And banana asana. Banana asana feels awesome. Inhale, uncross the legs, bring those back to center, the torso to center. Bring the feet up flat on the mat into restorative rest pose. Raise the hips. You come all the way up into a nice bridge pose with the weight on your shoulders and your feet and not your head. Try not to let your back sag down. Push those hip bones up to the ceiling. And the arms are straight out. Feels wonderful. And lower down. Ooh. And this time we're going to just let the knees fall to the right gently. Look to the left. Keep your shoulder on the mat. Inhale through. Exhale to the left. Inhale up to the center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, legs up. Exhale, knees to the left, head to the right. And you see my shoulder is staying on the mat. Inhale, center. Bring the knees up. Put your feet together. And if you can hold behind your thighs or on your ankles, we will do reclined bound angle pose. Release your hands, knees together, feet down. We're going to inhale the right knee up to the chest. Really pull it in. This is a great exercise for your abdominal area, all the internal organs. And as you inhale, you should feel the abdominal area rise up into the thigh muscle. Do about 3 more breaths here. On your next exhale, let the right foot come down to the mat. Inhale the left knee up towards the chest, really pressing it in there. And breathing for that gentle abdominal cavity massage. This should feel very relaxing. You know what? We're getting ready for Shavasana. So we're bringing the movement slow, letting our breathing neutralize. Bring the left foot down. And we're going to bring the knees into the chest, raise the feet up to the ceiling, flexed, and go out to a nice V. Because we didn't do much on the inner thigh stretch. So let's get on a good inner thigh stretch. I'm kind of gently massaging mine. It feels really good. Plus, the little bit of weight that I'm putting, I'm not pressing on it, adds a little bit more stretch. Just resting and massaging feels nice. And then let your hands help your feet straight back up. Bend the knees. And we're going to circle the knees out, up to the chest, out, up to the chest, out, up, and reverse, out, chest, up, out. I should say abs, up, out, knees to the abdominal area, up. Last one, out and up to the ab area. Hold behind the knees, and again, once again, roll gently side to side. Grab your things for Shavasana. I'm going to roll over and come up and get my bolster for my knees. I'll put it this way. I'll get my clock. And when you're setting up, if you want to cover up, it's not too cold in the house, so I don't really need to cover up. And I love to put this on my neck. Get your eye mask. I am going to take my blanket and just put it over my abdominal area, because that, I think, is very comforting when you're laying in Shavasana. And then, of course, I like my eye mask. And I hope that you're settled into your Shavasana position, because I'm going to lead you through a 4-round breath guided breathing, which I will have to, I can't breathe with you, but I'll do it afterwards. We are going to inhale through the nose to the count of 4, hold 2, exhale through the mouth. We'll do that 4 times, and then just breathe normally and go to your Shavasana place. Here we go. Inhale nose, 2, 3, 4, hold 2, exhale mouth, 2, 3, 4, hold 2, inhale nose, 2, 3, 4, hold 2, exhale mouth, 2, 3, 4, hold 2, inhale nose, 2, 3, 4, hold 2, exhale mouth, 2, 3, 4, hold 2, inhale nose, 2, 3, 4, hold 2, exhale mouth, 2, 3, 4. Might start taking any last minute wiggles or stretches. I think I fell asleep. I woke up with a snort. And when you feel ready, roll over onto your right or left side. And then when you're ready to come up to the seated position, you can push with your top arm and sit up. Oh, that was a great Shavasana. I didn't know I'd fall asleep in the middle of the day. And I'm going to come up here closer to the camera and conduct our thankful portion of the class. I'll bring this up a little higher. There we go. Well, thank you for coming and enjoying. I hope that you enjoyed the class. I enjoyed teaching it and doing it again. I've been doing this one the last couple of weeks kind of frequently. I really like it. It's a good combination for me. I hope it's a good one for you. Anyway, respect. Cultivate deep listening and act in ways that acknowledge and esteem yourself and others. Enjoy all life matters. Recognize, honor, and elicit the best. And then my quote, be the type of person that no matter where you go or where you are, you always add value to the lives of those around you. I just think that's really important to think about when you're with your friends, your family, your loved ones, or even people in the supermarket or the Walmart or getting gas. If I see someone that maybe has on something very interesting, or you could tell they've put a little effort, I always compliment them because I think that brings value to them, and you should see their faces shine when they do it. I love doing that kind of thing. Just a little act of kindness, honoring those around us. Sometimes we're in such a hurry or we're like, oh, I don't want to talk to any strangers, but make the effort this week. Rubbing your hands together, bringing strength, love, warmth, press it into the heart center, bowing our heads. Namaste. I honor the light in you and ask that you honor the light in others. Thank you again. Namaste. Ta-ta for now. I will see you next week, if not sooner in person.